Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to another news video. This one is a really big PSA as well as important information. So this was posted today, the 6th, and it says precautions for guarding against unauthorized account access. They say we are currently experiencing an attack by a third party that is attempting to gain access to the Square Enix account management system by using a combination of email addresses and passwords that appear to have been obtained from other online services or other companies. Using the same email address and password combination for your Square Enix account as you do for other online services increases the possibility of a third party gaining unauthorized access to your Square Enix account. Furthermore, even if your email address and password combination is not identical to those used on other services, there is still a high risk of your account being compromised if your password contains easily discernible patterns or sequences of characters such as your date of birth, things you should never put into your password, for example. Should you happen to be using the same email address and password combination on your Square Enix account as you do for other services, or if you're using a password that can be easily guessed, we strongly recommend changing your password immediately. And they've got a link there. Obviously, in the description of this video will be this article, and it has the embedded links in that. We are currently mitigating the effect of the attack by restricting access to accounts that we may believe have been compromised by unauthorized users. If your Square Enix account login has been restricted, an email will be sent to the email address registered to your Square Enix account with instructions on resetting your password. And of course, there's more information to be learned about login restrictions. Now, this is the really interesting bit. One-time passwords. One-time passwords are temporary verifications which authenticate a user for a single login, making them highly effective against spyware such as keyloggers. We strongly recommend the use of a one-time password in conjunction with your login ID and password for increased security against unauthorized access. A free software app is actually available for smartphones on both iPhone and Android. And they say, should we continue to experience rising numbers of unauthorized access attempts, a password reset for all Square Enix accounts may be initiated. We would like to remind all users to be mindful of their account security in order to protect personal information and data. So the big interesting thing about this is that people are going crazy with obviously this massive threat to their accounts. One thing that this basically illustrates is that nothing is safe in the modern era, right? You can't be safe from situations like this completely, no matter what you do. The only thing you can do is do all you physically can to make the right moves in the right direction. I mean, a lot of people put a lot of hours into their accounts, into their progress of their characters. It would be a real shame for people to lose access to that stuff. And Square Enix are usually pretty good about the recovery process of these things if you would happen to be breached by this situation. But there's plenty of things that we as the customer and consumer can do to mitigate those situations. And I would highly recommend using two-factor. I mean, it's not infallible. It's not the most, unhackable thing ever, but it is a lot more difficult to do, right? You'd have to be the focus of that attack, where in this case, they're trying to apparently attack as many people as possible by the looks of it. And it seems to be more of a brute force sort of hacking situation. They make a very good point, though. You should never use the same information, usernames and passwords and things for the same for everything, because ultimately it's going to end quite badly for you. You don't want people to have access to your email address and then reset the password, and because you've lost access to your email address and vice versa. So just make a conscious effort to go and change your password if you haven't in a long time. I mean, myself personally, I like to change passwords every couple of weeks. Even then, most people will agree that even that's a long time to leave a password the same. Try to randomize things as much as possible. Just make sure you're able to remember these things, or you could use one of those applications that people use where it saves in an encrypted fashion, whatever password you put in, or even there are some browsers that have that built in, and there are security measures you can take if you Google those. But of course, the best option for Square Enix accounts, one-time password. You can't see me, but I'm shaking my physical authenticator token in front of a microphone. It's got a little keyring attachment that I've never used. But yeah, they are honestly a must-have. I can't recommend them enough. It is a real shame, though, that people, somewhere in the world have decided that they wanted to attack Square Enix. But honestly, this sort of stuff happens all the time. It's just very rare that we get to, hear about it as much as we have with this notice, which means it's quite a serious one indeed. And the last thing we want is people to lose access to their stuff. So as soon as you watch this video and as soon as you see this or read this on the lodestone, please go and change your password, okay? Just go do it. Even if you think you're the most, immune person ever, just go do it. Easy peasy, right? 5 minutes of your life saves 3 hours of crying on a phone call to Square Enix, okay? Or being upset about losing things. Eliminate stress, change the password, get an authenticator, boom, done. Stress gone. You can enjoy your day. You can enjoy your leisure time when you get home from work and play the game you love. All right, that's all I'm going to say. Obviously, link in the description. This was, pretty much a mandatory video because it's important. So, yeah, go change your passwords. Much love, be safe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.